his black-feathered advocate. It had been years since he had used his own hands to chisel his name from the door of the old urban firm. Now the tumbleweeds could be spotted eavesdropping as the tiny snowy trees on his beard glittered in the moonlight. The countless crow's feet around his eyes deepened with the spry inspiration he felt as he carried on the conversation with his dependable black-feathered friend. "Now, you dear smart boy," he continued, "let us say that I find Niederlander to be taking a bit extra payment than was allowed him. Wouldn't you say then he be guilty of embezzlement? He would be, yes?" "That depends," croaked the hoarse voice of his black-feathered advocate. "That depends! Ha ha! Yes, indeed!" echoed the old realist as his face split into a gash of triumphant old pearly white teeth. "Yes, because he might have been owed extra, and perhaps I am keeping his share for myself. You guessed it right, you wily boy." For all the complicated alliances he felt at the hands of his human ilk, he still found them no match for Lord Nicodemus when it came to fairly assessing right and wrong. Don't ask him to try. He was having too much fun weighing the scales of justice with his lord and friend Nick here to find any more patience with his old legal sparring partners. Oh, he remembered being wet behind the ears in law school and learning the time-honored point of view of all truly neutral lawyers summed up in a simple two-word phrase. That depends. Everything can be assessed under this phrase, be it a good king or a bad president, an honest accountant or a stray husband. Follow that contingent law to the letter and you shall never go astray. Yes, because considering that I have not been forthcoming with my records, and according to our prior agreement, I owe him some bugs or small mice to eat. Scoundrel! Scoundrel! You! Ha ha! And there is for being such a smart boy, the old realist said approvingly, holding out his hand with some bits of bacon for Big Nick to pick at excitedly. "Bits! Bits!" exclaimed the great bird as he broke out into a little dance on his large perch, crowing, "Scoundrel! Scoundrel! That depends," with such an infectious gusto that the old realist felt moved to break into a jig himself, cheering raucously with his sagacious friend in a way that would make his old friends at the former firm scratch their heads in bewilderment. Why does he take so much merriment from a bird for spirited conversation when he could be enjoying dinner parties with us, the powerful, they would wonder. Now, here's a question, Nick, he whispers to the regal dark-winged one. You know Mabel, right? Caw, darling. Yes, that's her. Now, saying I was to live with her, or she were to come here and live with me, would you come and visit still? That depends. Bits for me. That depends. Bacon. Ha ha! Well, you have a deal, laughed the old realist, reaching out his hand again for Nicodemus to peck away some more morsels. Satisfied, he smiled at the black and bright creature. It had been years since he had chiseled his name from the door of that old urban firm with nary a need to look back. After all, he would soon be toasting with Mabel in this moonlit desert, learning the laws of nature from his black-feathered advocate. That depends, he croaked one last time after happily eating his fill, and then he flew off cawing in the moonlight.